guys, it's time na papasok na tayo. Kaya andito na yung guide natin, guide tour to. So papasok tayo sa loob na may guide tayo.
Any questions as we go along, alright? We just start out here before we head up the stairs. And that's going to tickets, so don't worry for now. Okay, so this is our largest Anglo-Norman keep. Okay, there's 20 sides to this keep, and there is 4 towers. Alright, now one tower has not survived, unfortunately. Would have been the coldest tower, the kitchen tower on this side. Okay, now originally we wouldn't have had that. We'll just go back a little bit. Okay, we would have had Henry II. Alright, and that was in the 1160s. And what happened back then was he didn't want Strongbow taken over. He was trying to take over Ireland, and he wanted then Hugh de Lacy to take over instead. So he granted him 15 provinces of Ireland, from the Irish Sea to the Shannon. Okay, quite a dynamic part of the landscape. Okay, so what happened was Hugh de Lacy came here to this land, and he decided he'd start building on this part of the land. Okay, so what happened then was he wouldn't have had this stone structure first. Okay, he would have had a wooden structure or a ring fort. Okay, up here on this high part. Okay, so we would have had a wooden structure. You can imagine what happened back then with a wooden structure. And he went off to fight. He left his lieutenant in charge, Hugh Tyrrell. O'Connor came in, and he decided to take over. So when Hugh de Lacy did come in, he didn't realise it was on fire. Okay, so basically the wooden structure no longer was any of use. So there was a quarry here. So he tried to use things to his advantage on this landscape. So Hugh de Lacy then started to build this first phase that he had. So it was 1173 to about 1176. He started to build this first phase, okay, first story of this building here. Okay, so what happened then was he decided to put in a few different safety measures, okay, or defence purposes. Okay, so what he had to put in then, so we would have had the River Boyne, quite a lot swifter than what we see today. Okay, a lot bigger. Okay, so it would have went the whole around the curtain wall. Okay, around that car park as well, the whole around the curtain wall itself. A lot quicker, a lot bigger, a lot swifter, okay, than what we have. Second form of defence then would have been your curtain wall, the whole around this keep. Okay, so he had his own settlement in here. Okay, third form of defence then, he would have had a moat. You can see it a little bit over here, like the ditch over here. This would have been a moat in the bin. So a little bit higher over here. Alright, now you would have had 7 towers along the curtain wall itself, and we would have had 2 gates in. Okay, so you would have come in the trim gate over here, so that causeway you would have come up here, and there would have been a portcullis coming down there. Now there's a little ridge on the inside that you can still see today, where the portcullis would have came on top of something. Not very nice. Okay, good form of defence for Hugh de Lacy though. Alright, now there is murder holes as well on the trim gate as well, so when you do go and you're having a little look up, there is murder holes above there, either side of the portcullis gap. Okay, now the murder holes then we would have poured down hot tar, boiling water, sand, fecal matter, anything nasty like that to try and defend our keep. Okay, now to the right hand side of that then we had a small dungeon. Wouldn't hold a lot of people, but they did add in a little dungeon or jail there. You would have simply been thrown in there at that point.
Itak mo muna inside.
So to use our imagination a little bit, would have been a lot darker back then. Okay, you can see these ledges on either side. You would have had a timber floor like you see in the west or the starting room. Okay, you would have had a timber floor and a ceiling across here.
akyat naman tayo dito sa spiral na hagdanan na to. Ayan.
Mind the steps.
Ganito lang kaliit ang hagdanan noon. Akyat na tayo sa pang third level. Third level.
Careful na pa. I'm being careful, mom.
Parang yan. Punta na tayo sa rooftop.
Wala kayo dito po ako nasa.
Very mahangin. Yan yung view sa labas.
The ledge on each side, there would have been a good one across here. Because this one's higher up, so it gives kind of it gives sensory and showing where it is. But you can see on the edges there, you can see the stone. You will have to go across here. Higher floors, these galleries here. It shows you an idea on that one to show that's the floor on that side. Then across here, then there's a little ledge on each side. Timber floor there as well. So, and then your doorways, then you can see it's like there would have been a doorway here, or some of the stone has disintegrated. There would have been a doorway in the middle, and there's a doorway here as well. So it's just what we have to look at.
Ayan guys, akyat na tayo sa pinaka-top
Mind the steps.
sa tower na ito. So makikita na natin ang paligid ng tower na to kung nasa top na tayo. Ayan guys. Ayan.
Saan tatawid?
Ayan na yung paligid ng train.
Just like this side.
Over that way, don't move over there. It's near the ocean.
It's head so yan ang paligid ng train. Nandito na tayo sa top ng train castle. So ito na yung makikita na natin yung apat na tower sa castle na ito.
Alright, and he would have had them use the Barbican gate over here. Now, we had our trim gate, which would have been our main gate in and out at the start, alright? Later on then, our Barbican gate then would have been the main gate in and out of this keep, okay? Now, he held his soldiers in here, they would have lived in here as well. And some sort of structures out on the inside of this curtain wall as well, alright? Now, the Barbican gate was also used for a lot of graveyards. They built a lot of the city yoke here as well for it on the outside and on the inside. Right, now, on an archaeological dig as well on the outside.
So, baba na tayo sa spiral na daan nito.
What's that? It's wet, huh? The steps are wet.
It's wet, it's wet.
Mind the steps, it's wet.
Yun lang lahat guys. So palabas na tayo. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood guys. So see you on my next video. Bye bye.